What is up, y'all? It's your boy, Tony Holiday, back at it again with another video. Today I want to do something a bit different than normal. It's still going to be kind of tutorial oriented, but I kind of want to do like some more beat making style of videos. So today what we're going to be doing is taking like an old soul or R&B sample, pitching it up, speeding it up, and then throwing some modern trap drums on it to kind of make like a chart topper kind of hit, sort of like Drake's Nice for What, or like a Kanye West song. Even like Royce David and those guys are doing it with Lil Mosey now. I just think it's a really cool way to sample, and it's actually pretty easy, so I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. Before we get started, please go follow your boy on all socials. That is Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's Tony Holiday. Let's get straight into the video, guys. And I'm gonna show you how to sample and make kind of like a modern R&B sped up kind of hit. Let's go.
Tony, take me somewhere.
All right, you guys, so we're in Logic now, and as you can see here, I have a couple tracks going. The first one is this audio file, which is actually a song that I took from YouTube to kind of sample, essentially, and it's an old kind of soul sort of R&B song. It's called I'm Gonna Make Love Last This Time by The Inclinations.
And love again, I'm gonna make love.
Obviously, I can't play you the whole song because it's gonna get copyrighted, and we don't want to deal with that. But the part that I just played is actually gonna be the part that we sample, and I'll show you that in a second. Below this is actually our drums in our 808 area here, and I just preset that up so that it's easy for us to just drag and drop and go from there. If you don't know how to set this up, check out my ultimate drum tutorial on YouTube as well. That's a great way for you to do drums in Logic. If you don't want to check out the tutorial, down below in the description, I'm gonna put a link with a download for this template, so you can actually just download this and get straight to it if you want. So check that out below. What we're gonna do first is actually take this song, find the sample, we're gonna actually get the chunk we want, then we're gonna stretch the audio, pitch it up, and then throw the drums on top after that. Let's start with the sample here. The part that I wanna do is actually in this like 39 bar range, and I'm pretty sure it's right at this kind of starting point. So let's listen to this. We're actually gonna turn on flex while we do this. So we'll hit that, and we're gonna go to slicing. It's gonna use the flex algorithm to kind of give us lots of transients that we can slice up so that we get the most precise way for us to sample the track. We're gonna start here, and we're gonna do a 16 bar count, and then we're gonna find the chunk of audio there and then slice it. So here's what we're gonna do. So 3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna make love. I'm gonna make love last this time.
Right where I stopped it just there, that was the end of the 16 bar count. And the reason I'm doing the counting myself is because the tempo of our project here is not set to the audio file. We're gonna actually stop it right where I stopped the track, and we're gonna set that transient there. I believe the first one, because that's the one right there. Now we have these two flex markers. We can actually right click the audio region, slice at flex markers, hit T twice to get your pointer back, and we can turn flex mode off, and TE to get your eraser. Get the first one out of there, and the second one, TT again, and drag your audio region back to the beginning of the project. As you can see, it actually goes a bit past the 9th bar here. Now we want to actually stretch that so it's an 8 bar loop, if that makes sense. Turn flex on again, and we're going to go flex time monophonic, and then we're going to grab it here and make sure that you're actually on the top right corner and not the bottom, because you see on the bottom it changes, it has the little arrows and then the bracket. You want to go above it where it kind of has the two little audio waves and then the bracket, and that's going to allow you to actually stretch the audio. But we're going to go back, turn flex off again. We're gonna play it from here, and then we're just gonna make sure it kind of finishes the loop and goes right back to the beginning, and it just sounds continuous, if that makes sense. So here we go. You see how it finishes off, and then it comes right back to the beginning, and you kind of don't really second guess it, whether it's a new loop or it's chopping up or anything. It just finishes it nicely. It's all in time. That is the goal here of what we wanna do. Now what we have is this, and we can go to polyphonic. So when you have the flex option on and you have the audio file selected and the flex is on the audio file, you can just change the tempo up here and it'll actually automatically change the tempo of your audio file. Go from 140, and I'm kind of basing this off like Murda Nice for What with Drake. I think it's like 180. Type that in, you can see the audio file didn't change from the 8 bars as it would if you didn't have flex on. But now we could turn flex off, take a listen to this, and this is what it's gonna sound like.
I'm gonna make love.
A nice bouncy fast already, which is sick. The last thing I want to do now is just pitch it up to give it that kind of squealy vocals. So let's go up a 1 whole octave with transposing it up 12 semitones. See how at the end it goes right back to the beginning and it sounds like one continuous loop? That's the goal here, and I think this sample sounds really sick. So let's kind of move on to the drums now. Before we do that is actually just EQ out a little bit of the thing. So we're gonna go here, just under 10K, and that'll kind of make room for some hi-hats or higher stuff. Now we're gonna whip up Ultrabeat, grab like a snare to start just to keep everything in time. Nice, throw some hi-hats on there as well, like that Drake hat. And we can go add every downbeat and add every upbeat. And we'll pitch that down. And this is just essentially making the floor lower. So when we go into the MIDI region and pitch it up, we can do the pitches up and pitches down rather than just pitches up. Doesn't make sense now, I'll show you later. Kick. Maybe like an open hat as well. So now that we kind of have the bass drums picked out, we can actually drag this MIDI region in here. I want to do a variation for the third and the fourth bar because it's such a quick turnaround. Yeah, sounds good. And drag it out to the arrange window. Make sure we're not clipping throughout the whole thing as well. So the kick needs to come down a lot. Right click down to MIDI, separate by note pitch. And this is the same thing as I've done in my trap drum tutorial. So you grab these and we will bring them down, delete those. As you can see here, when we take the hi-hats, we pitch them up. Now we have the floor of being below where we can actually pitch down and we can also pitch up at the same time. So let's do some hi-hat rolls to start off. And you know what's cool to do with hi-hat rolls as well is if you take the, you can take the velocities by pressing A, and that brings up your automation there, and you can automate the velocities to kind of do these little rolls up or down. All right, so hi-hats were good. Good, let's move on to the 808 now. Kind of like that one, so we'll drag that into sampler. When I do my 808s, I like to do it up an octave, so then that way we know we have everything in key when we bring it back down. Probably good there. Perfect, so we can grab our 808, join it. And now if we actually take these down, so Command A and then Shift Option down. Also Shift and backslash to force legato this. So now this is what we have with everything right now. So if we wanted to arrange this, what we could do is we could grab all these, take that, and paste. Now let's maybe get rid of those. The cool thing you can do too is halftime this, so throw that on there. And then if you automate it from there. So I just put a halftime on there and I bypass it after the intro and it'll go into the drops. Let's see what that sounds like. That's pretty much it. Take an old soul song, go on YouTube, just search soul samples, things like that. Pitch them up, speed them up, throw some drums on top, as long as you leave some room for a good vocalist to come on. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It's kind of like a tutorial / beat making video. I hope to do more of these in the future. Hit subscribe, hit the like, hit the bell, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching. Tony Holiday, signing off.